Welcome back to the BBB podcast. That's the Berri Bounty podcast right now, nigga. It's your boy Wolph Nara here. I got my boy Tony the Prophecy, and then nigga, we got a guest today, nigga. We not well, nigga. The channel is still broke, nigga, but nigga, we growing though, nigga. But anyway, we got my boy Nexis, nigga. That's not with a U, that's with an I. What's poppin', Nexis, folks?
Man, what's poppin'? What's up, y'all?
Yeah. And it's been a minute since we got to do the Berri Body podcast. Shit, at least what, 2 months?
Yeah, I don't even remember, bro, nigga. This is
yeah, so we got a lot of catching up to do. And as always, y'all know where y'all can catch us at on Twitch and on YouTube. Pretty much the same thing. Wolph Nara and Tony the Prophecy. Make sure y'all go to both channels. And yeah, y'all already know what's up. Y'all ready to hop into it? You got the slate, bro. So I'm gonna let you lead this one since it's been a while.
Oh no, you good, bro. You good, no worries. And also, if you guys type in Animix, that's ANIMICS, you can find Nexus on there on Facebook. So just type in Animix, nigga. Combine Animix and comics, well, anime and comics, nigga. You get Animix, nigga. So just put that bitch in, niggas be power scaling, talking they shit on there. So go ahead, help bro grow his shit too. You feel me? So nigga, you niggas use Facebook too, nigga. Don't act like you niggas don't be shaking ass on Facebook, all that other extra shit for
y'all have fun with that shit.
No cap.
I know where y'all can catch me at.
No cap. So you got plug for shit. So the first thing we're gonna have today is the chapter overviews. The first chapter we're gonna review is chapter 995. So first we're gonna start off with our guest this time, and then it's gonna go to Tony, then it's gonna go to me. So yo, X, what you think about the chapter for 995? That's when, if I'm not mistaken, Big Mom and Marco clash, right?
All right, so yeah. I love the Big Mom and Marco clash. I felt like the whole series, like One Piece as a whole, was not putting respect on Marco's name. I feel like he needed that clash. I wanted it to happen. I wanted him to clash with somebody major because I felt like ever since the introduction of Katakuri, Marco been downplayed a lot. So to see him clash with Big Mom and her actually get out of there and be like, nah, I don't want to do this right now, that really gave Marco a W. I fuck with that W.
So
I definitely agree with that, and I'm just gonna add a little bit. You see, I ain't gonna jump too far ahead on 995. We're gonna go along with it, but we're talking about Marco, and Marco talking about his role there, and we gonna jump more into that in about 2 chapters when we start talking about I want to say like 997, but we see Marcos knows the damage of Big Mom. He knows it. And the fact he tells you he's not afraid, you know, he used to be the 2nd division and the captain of the White Bear Pirates for a while, so he's used to clashing with Yonkos at this point. But Paris Sparrow, with a little help from Paris Sparrow, Big Mom was finna just end him right there. Overall, 995 was a good chapter, especially when we get to that little part at the end, close to the end with Nami.
Oh yeah, I also feel like, bro. So my regard for 995, bro. Well, with the Marco situation, Marco and Big Mom clash, I do feel like people haven't really been putting no respect on Marco's name. He is the 2nd division captain of the strongest man's crew. You feel me? At that during those couple of decades, so that does say something about his strength as well. And so in regards to the clash itself, I think it does right for the power scaling for Big Mom to choke up Marco, regardless of how the fuck even though he did clash with her. However, I do feel that the flames being able to be a curative to Big Mom damaged psyche at that point. At least they affected Prometheus' soul. At least that's my little spin on it.
Wait, you think his Phoenix Flames would help her psyche?
Yeah, well, at least help her soul. Because all Prometheus and Zeus is the souls. So the fact only soul-based powers are able to actually damage Prometheus and Zeus.
And you think the mythical Phoenix is a soul base?
It's a healer base regardless.
Well, yeah. You got the rise of the Phoenix.
And even regardless of all that, because all that is pretty much she divides her soul. So pretty much she just splits her soul off. if it's a healing curative, regardless if it's healing, that means if you divide your soul up or you divide something up, it's still 3 parts or pieces of a whole.
Like a Horcrux from Harry Potter.
Nigga, I don't know about the Harry
Potter. Like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Hey, also 995, bro. The whole OT page 1 Usopp Nami, I think that was dope because we just haven't heard from them in a while. We just haven't seen where Usopp was, where Nami was, and what's going on. Like, where are they at since the Frankie situation in the truck when they hit Big Mom? We haven't seen them since then, really. So them coming back into light was pretty good for me. And also, didn't we get, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we get Sulong for what's her name?
Yep. Yeah. Karen and a girl. And I was
an old girl. I always forget her name.
I was
hold on, y'all. Cause now we jumping topics and shit. We just doing a regular overview.
No, we good.
But the carrot shit, yeah, you can go ahead and talk about the carrot shit though.
We was gonna go to that next, actually, because I know what you were saying about the Usopp and Nami thing, but we was gonna come back to that. We're gonna kind of go right from the next chapter, the next page, actually, when we get Paris Sparrow and the Sulongs, and so we're going back to the Sulong. And with that part, yo, Paris Sparrow got a point though. They keep blaming him for Pedro, like he killed Pedro and shit like that. Like, nah, he blew himself up.
Pedro definitely kamikaze. So how is that his fault?
Don't be blaming me for what he did. He took one of my arms with him, and it's like, yeah, he killed him. Paris Sparrow like, yo, like, stop trying to blame me for that shit. That's just hilarious. Like, real talk.
That shit was funny as hell. But I kind of get where Carrot and them coming from because of how One Piece world is shaped. Everything is shaped on perspective. So from her perspective, if he never trapped the ship, then fucking Pedro would have never had the kamikaze. That's pretty much what the fuck she's getting mad at. Like, nobody told you to do your job, yo.
From Paris Sparrow point of view, if y'all would never pulled up to the island and started this shit, we would never been here in this first place.
Exactly. He killed himself.
I mean, shit, each their own.
It's just a double-edged sword because it's a perspective thing to me. If I'm Paris Sparrow, hell yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, bro, I didn't do nothing. He killed himself.
Right.
If I'm carrying them, I'm gonna be like, well, if you didn't put us in the situation, he wouldn't have.
He would have had to blow himself up. Perspective, exactly. As long as you see.
So it's really perspective. It's like, where you coming from?
Like, shit. But when it's all said and done, I'm definitely right with Paris Sparrow on this one. Like,
Facts.
Like, there's no way he took my arm. He fucking, like, was his arm or his leg? I forget. But yeah, like, nah, they on some bullshit.
They are though. That's like saying, "Oh, I lost my keys, bro. It's your fault, Tony." How?
Like, what the fuck I do?
Facts.
I only gave you the alcohol. No.
Facts. That's all, nigga. Nobody told your ass to drink that much.
Nobody told you to drink it and then lose your keys. Perspective.
Right, but it's the Paris Sparrow's fault. All of a sudden, Pedro wanted to blow himself up. They're blaming him full for it. I can get you on that one. I'm gonna definitely ride with Paris Sparrow on that one.
Facts. So, if I'm not mistaken, that we're gonna talk about this one, not necessarily in depth because we're gonna save this part for later. However, the Nami and Usopp versus Alti and Page 1 situation. How did you guys think that was gonna go down?
I thought it was gonna go down like a back in the day pre-time skip. Hella, maybe a couple of chapters devoted to this fight, in and out. Did not go down like that, but I thought it was gonna go down like that. I thought it was gonna be very in depth and very like what's the that battle in Alabasta, that 2-on-2. I believe it was Alabasta.
Chopper and Usopp.
Yeah, Chopper and Usopp versus when they was basically kind of playing whack-a-mole.
Holiday or with the Bat Dude and Miss. I want to say Miss.
It was gonna go down similar to that situation,
Groundhog Day.
And that's not what happened. I like that it's going down though, but it didn't go down the way I thought. What did you think,
Tony?
I mean, yeah, with that situation, I think it went down correctly because like you got these we got some monsters right here on OT and page 1 in reality, and you would think they'd need a little bit more muscle. Obviously, for the Straw Hats, I would like them to be able to hold their own versus people like that. But Nami and Ussop at that point, no. And yeah, before we go, I don't want to get too deep into it because we're gonna go more in depth into it, like I said. But what happened in there, it did show a lot of and why I like Nami too with that whole thing, and I think that's where they was going with that situation. Not more for the battle, but for that moment.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel you when you were saying that, Tony. But the way I felt about the situation is actually pretty much in concurrent with yours, to be honest with you, because like we said when we did the initial power scaling for the Flying Six, I said that how Frankie is going to pretty much scale towards the numbers in the beginning of the fight. That way, and Ussop and Nami is going to have to fight the Flying Six at one point. So with that being said, I wanted this interaction to occur so I can see exactly how they match up, and they don't necessarily match up at all. It's a completely, how can I put this? They've completely underestimated their opponent because the Flying Six are all individual captains. And so with them being individual captains, you gotta also put that captain name on with that captain respect on their name. And so Luffy didn't one shot Alti in page 1. They kept coming after him after he was giving them gear 3 with hockey attacks. So
go ahead, bro.
So Nami and Ussop not scaling to someone who not only has that durability isn't that far-fetched to me, so I didn't really mind it. So I actually liked it a lot.
See, exactly. So we pretty much got the same sentiment on that. I wanted to add to that shit too. Fucking when it comes to them all being captains, not only are they captains, but they're captains in the new world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no East Blue shit.
Yeah.
Like, these are some hardcore captains who also all had armament, it looked like. Was OT and Luffy, did they have a Conqueror's clash?
I think that was an armaments class.
Or was that an armament clash?
Oh, I said I don't know if it was Conqueror's hockey clash. I don't know if it was the Conqueror's hockey clash. I know that it was an armament hockey clash for sure because she did hockey up before she attacked.
Yeah, I knew it had armament. The only reason I'm kind of having thoughts about that is just because of I do remember or I recall at one point that we found out which characters Kaido was talking about when he was like, there's too many people with Supreme Hockey or with Conqueror's Hockey, and some of them was underneath him. And I thought it was like either Ulti or Page One or one of these characters that had it.
Maybe it's who's who.
Like, was it? Or am I tripping? I could be tripping, but I thought it came back up at one point.
See,
shit, we'll find out.
I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna have to show me something with that.
But you remember what I was talking about, though?
Yeah, I
with
know
the
exactly
Kaido
what you're talking
stating
about.
that shit, and like, I just recall that shit. But maybe it was just armament clash, and then you had the little electric coming off of it and shit like that.
I get what you
Because
mean.
she
It's
already had a hard hit.
Dofi versus Luffy.
Yeah, it's just a homage. That's what I thought it was, like a homage when they had their armament
It
class.
could be. Now, I'm not trying to make OT as stronger than what she is, but I just don't. I think it just went perfect, like how you would think the outcome would go. And like I said, I think it was just for that moment.
What I meant by the Dofi Luffy thing, I meant if you go back to that actual chapter, it's shaded the same way.
Yeah. You talk about when they did the feet, when they clashed over law.
Yeah, it's colored the exact same way.
See, and that's why I kind of assumed that was like a Conqueror's clash, and then it was confirmed, but I could be wrong. I don't recall.
Yeah, it could have just been a drawing thing. So
yeah,
who knows?
Like, we'll find out though.
Definitely.
So what y'all think about so now that we pretty much finished chapter 995 in regards to our thoughts, that's pretty much all that happened with the fight and Nami claiming Luffy to be the next Pirate King because she said exactly he won't stop until he becomes the next Pirate King. What was y'all thoughts on 996?
All right, so my thoughts on 996 would be I like 996 because 996 kind of my favorite thing about 996 was the Yamato thing. Her having like it looked like she was gonna transform and then it was paused. And when it got paused, I was like, is she a dragon too? Or is he a dragon? Is this a fruit or are they dragons? That was my biggest takeaway from 996. I was super excited about that because I want to know. It makes me want to know even more what the fuck is going on with Kaido's body. Like, is he really a dragon or is he a man? I don't know.
See, I didn't really see her transform or anything. I just seen her one shot Hachan though, put his ass right down, put that nigga on his ass like raccoon. I just seen her ass give that nigga Hachan the raccoon treatment. I just thought she was just pulling a quick flex, like, okay, I'm not gonna give you this entire burden, you feel me, without helping you out. So here you go, let me just knock down the person you thought you was gonna fight, and then now you have an official fight right now, Frank.
All I'm saying is you seeing Kaido's seed in action. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's obviously was the best part of 996 Yamato. I'm all in for future Straw Hat, but hey man, we'll see.
So that's actually not everything that's happened in 996, but I'm going to save that as a point of reference for later on. It's a few things that did happen. For example, like the Willa D, that Law was trying to really, he said he's going to discover like what the fuck is going on with the Willa D, see if Kaido has anything to do with that. We found out that Luffy was on the 3rd out of the 5th floor. What you going to say, Nexus?
My thing with the Willa D is like a lot of people try to downplay Law's significance in the story now since they're in Wano and Dressrosa's over. But my thing is the reason why I didn't even bring that up is because I feel like the Willa D is gonna go all the way to the end of the series. So I mean, it still happened. It just wasn't one of the parts that stuck out to me because I feel like that's not gonna be fleshed out until after Luffy. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's not gonna be fleshed out until after Luffy finds the One Piece and then they try to discover what the world was when during the voice entry. I feel like the Willa D's gonna play a big part then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, but all he would need is a point of reference.
True.
Just like how now we got the point of reference that they need the 4 certain poneglyphs for them to intersect a certain way so they know where the island Laugh Tale is. Just because they know the name of the D, you feel me, don't mean, because he said the name gives power itself. However, they're still part of a young generation, so that name may give power to older people. However, they're still ignorant, so they wouldn't really know exactly how to interpret that until they get to the last arc.
Oh, I got you.
But I definitely feel what you were saying with that. Now we got the most recent chapter, you feel me, 997, the chapter that's been in everybody's heart, the chapter that's been on everybody's mind. So what y'all think about chapter 997? If there's any like key point that's been kind of sticking out to you with that?
I love chapter 997 just because it kind of showed the chaos on the battlefield. Like it kind of showed how serious things were getting. And my favorite part of the chapter was Zoro turning his savage up on Apu because it shows. I feel like Zoro's been the one out of the crew to be the most serious. And he always seems to be in a position to where he has to explain to the crew that we're not playing games. See what I'm saying? We're not playing pirate. This is not make-believe. We real pirates out here. And I feel like the crew seldom like forgets that sometimes and they go too easy. But it's things like soon as Zoro gets that feeling like, okay, shit's about to hit the fan, he just becomes his competent self and just comes through and surprises everybody. So that was my favorite part of 997, and Marco showing up was my second favorite part, like of 997. I'm just glad he showed up at all because he might be able to fly somebody to the top. So
All right, so I'm gonna have to agree with the Zorro. You know what I mean? First off, Zorro showing what he can do and that he's ready. One thing about Zorro, you know, he's been ready for this moment since motherfucking, I want to say Zoe. Like ever since they was on there when he was first telling everybody about this situation. Like, hey, this ain't no cakewalk. Get ready for Kaido. What we did on Dressrosa, what we did on Punk Hazard, it's all for this. Get ready. And now he's going to bring Big Mom, and everything Zoro said came into fruition. Going to mess with Big Mom, brought her here, which brought that extra Yonko in the first place. And everything, and now he's just fed up. He's seen something fall out of the sky, which we're gonna get into depth in. And he went to savage mode, so I did enjoy Zoro's moment. But my favorite part was Kaido effortlessly pulling up that motherfucking island. And we finna change. It's like Mortal Kombat. We changing the area. Like, yeah, like it's over. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why this is the strongest creature. Don't fuck with this man. You feel me? And I'm a Big Mom fan. I fuck with Big Mom. But Kaido, man, my guy, he said, let's begin this world of violence. Like, stop it. I'm fucking with this. I'm ready. And it only got me hyped for that chapter that's gonna come in 3. Like that big 3. Fuck, 1,000. It's on the way. But
Woo, can't wait.
I'm excited. And this is just only getting started. This 997.
Facts, my nigga, facts. So my favorite part of the chapter was actually exactly what Tony said, nigga, the lifting up the island. The Zoro situation was a close second because I don't feel like he was getting mad at Apu that he one-shot him. I feel like he was really getting mad at Queen. And then Apu was the lapdog. You feel me? He just got he killed the messenger because he had the vow. You feel me? He had to show Queen like I'm top dog around here. So like,
Yeah,
dog,
he cut Queen's gun too. Remember that? He cut Queen's gun too.
He cut Queen's guns. Will like you're not firing no more of them bitches. Calm
And
down.
that guy shocked.
Fact, you feel me? You feel me? So that was pretty much my favorite part. My least favorite part, nigga, was the Sanji part. If I'm not gonna lie, dude. He got beat up because it was a female right there. Literally, that's literally why Sanji got dead like that. So I'm done with the gags. And what really triggered Zoro was him using observation haki to see Okiku's arm falling out the ceiling.
Man.
Boss.
So yeah, that's pretty much our overview for 995, 6, and 7. Nigga, them chapters was busting, so we do have some specific questions. Exactly, my nigga. Exactly, nigga. So let's get into those other questions, you feel? Now, you know, we do have a couple of topics at hand today, so, you know, we're going to try to stay out. You know, nigga, we trash to stay on topic, but I tried to organize it this time. So, does Nami and Ussop have to overcome page 1 in Alti?
Oh, man. So, you have to overcome. This is where I get really thinking about this situation, because this is where I want to see Oda write his ass off. So the power sets of Ussop and Nami have always been skill and knowledge first, strength last, if that makes sense. So Nami's skill and knowledge of weather manipulation is what makes her strong. Usopp's skill and knowledge of plant seeds and all those plants he learned about on the on that island he was training on, plus marksmanship, those make his power set. So I would love to see Oda write a battle to where, you know, it's just raw strength versus skill, but skill can still come out on top because they devised a plan to really take them. So I would say yes, I would like to see them overcome, but do they have to overcome? I feel like yes, especially because how it was set up during the dialogue too. Because remember, Frankie had to re-energize Nami. He had to tell her like, look, you ain't got to be scared of Big Mom and them. We on the Pirate King crew. We them type of niggas. So get your act together. So this would be the perfect battle for Nami to be like, yeah, you right. I gotta live by that. I'm taking this bitch down regardless if she's strong to me or not. Well, look.
All right, so when it comes to Usa and Nami overcoming them. Now, we talked about this a little bit, but now we're finna go a little bit more in depth. Now, I think that this whole moment was built for that Nami Pirate King moment. Now, we could go the route of Alabasta, and they figured out what they had on how to overcome this, which you got to, especially if you're on the Pirate King crew. Is either figure it out, overcome, or you're gonna die. So I would like to see them overcome it. Yeah, of course. I just personally don't think that's what this moment is. We in a war where you got multiple figures on the battlefield. So somebody coming to help is not out of the realm of possibility, because these are former captains of their own crews. They led people. You know, God Oopside, you know, he got troops on troops, you know what I mean? But, you know, you gotta praise the God. But Nami's not used to that, you know. The only person, you know, she can handle the monster trio, but that's different. That's different, you know what I mean? So with OT or in page 1, I don't see them overcoming it. I just see somebody stepping in and helping, but I would love to see them pull off a good feat. And if this that feat, or maybe it's later, but if this it, then hopefully we get it good. And like I said, man, Oda got to pull off some good ass writing at this moment. This is gonna be one of them. Gonna have to pull some gold out. You know what I mean? Some guy Inaru type shit.
Yeah, he gonna have to pull out Perunga and be like, look, folks, I need these 3 things to happen in the story for this plot armor for these plot holes to close and shit. So I definitely feel you on that. In my regards, do they have to overcome them? Yes, they absolutely have to overcome page 1 in Alti, and I'd say that because one, like you said, they are on the pirate crew, which comes with a certain the pirate crew of the pirate potential future pirate. We know it's gonna happen, nigga. We know it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, nigga, but right now, potential future Pirate King's crew. So it has to come to that respect. In regards to what they experienced with their training during the time skip, we know Nami studied only the weather itself of the new world, right? So I do feel like she should be able to have some sort of knowledge, because this is a sky island, so their technology is a bit different from the typical blue sea. You feel me? So I do feel like she should have some type of weather manipulation knowledge for Wano, whether it was charts that was used thousands of years ago, whatever bullshit he wants to write up to explain that reason. You feel me? But in regards to that, this is why they don't really have observation, or not Usopp because of experience, but that's why Nami doesn't have observation or armament hockey, because like you said, Nexis, it's all skill based. It's all skill before strength. So since they're using that knowledge, they know they can't damage. Like right now, they can't even hold the candle to any. I'm sorry, y'all, but they can't hold the candle to any low gear user right now due to the fact they can't touch him still. So right now, it's a strength over mind over matter type of thing. It's brains over bronze. So I do feel like this should be a moment where Nami either gets the black flames and black Zeus, you feel me, or she should get some sort of a power up that allows her to be able to, whether it's through rapid fire, because she always wins all her fights through manipulation and rapid firing. I feel like she should get either observation to see where is the weakest point of their armament hockey, because it does have to have a weak point, because Zoro just clearly told Pika, like, nigga, if your shit's stronger than mine, then you're gonna be able to beat me. So if it's gonna say if it's a matter of being stronger or weaker, that means it's also a matter of what part is strengthened or what part is weakened. That was also a matter where before Luffy could actually do the future sight, he was trying to guess, or during his training, he was trying to guess where the fuck Rayleigh was actually hitting him at. You feel me? It was developing his his observation hockey, but it was also developing his hardening as well. It was hurting the fuck out of him, because he was hitting them with armament hockey as well. So he did get kind of a built up immunity to that due to that. So in this situation, Luffy's armament and Alti's headbutt did do an initial clash, which kind of made them kind of go even a little bit because Alti, she's a zone, so she does have the durability. That is their one thing they can do. So you need to have something. Either A, they have to have overpowering armament hockey to bypass the durability of the zone's hack's ass armor. You feel me? Or they're gonna have to do some rapid firing shit where they pinpoint the weakest point of their armor. Because just like with Big Mom, we knew she's pretty much impenetrable until she had that one weak point that gave her away, that allowed her to bleed. So at that point, that was the weakest point in her armor. So what you guys think about that?
I want to piggyback off what you said about her upgrade.
Go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
Her upgrade, about Nami's upgrade. I want to know your opinion, Wolf, on what do you feel about Oda writing sea stone upgrades instead of giving them hockey? How would you feel about that?
If sea stones are upgraded, sea stone upgrades would be cool. Due to the fact that it would still have to incorporate observation hockey. Because it doesn't mean shit in One Piece if you can't hit your target.
Yo, I would jump on that with adding the sea prism to it, which, to be honest, did we even, that's fucking a good point. When it comes to sea prism, we haven't even got into detail about it in Wano, and we know that it's manufactured in Wano. So we really ain't getting deep about that. But Usai has always been good at inventing shit and making good weapons for him and Nami. So I would say that'd be dope for them to get it. But is that the power up that they need? Nah, they definitely need something. Like something either we see Usai got his little power up in Dressrosa with his observation hockey.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to see that come into play now, though. If that's the place, we're gonna have to see him know how to do it on command. If that's the case, that could be his be his upgrade.
Actually,
Nami, I could see her being a navigator, observation hockey also. But
actually, with Usopp thing, with him being able to do it on command, we actually have a few instances throughout this arc in the transitioning from Dressrosa, from him in Dressrosa to Rano. We have a couple instances where he actually does do observation hockey on command. However, their main thing is with this fight is they're gonna have to overcome whether it's kind of like what Kakashi said in Naruto when he explained how Naruto could fight Deidara. Either you're gonna have to have a move that's gonna be used to close you in on the long range fighter, or you're gonna have to be able to fight at long range. And so we know that Usopp and Nami is both long range fighters, while Alti and Page 1 zones are melee based fighters. So we have to see now whether is it going to be the sneak attack thing with the shit we can't really respect, or is it going to be okay, now we're going to do a couple of more tactics here, like what Nami did with the Mirage situation during Alabasta, when she was creating multiple Mirages, fooling the person so that way she can manipulate the weather with those Mirages to perform a actual one-hit attack. Because Nami is pretty much a glass cannon, Usopp is pretty much a glass cannon. So now this is the point where they're either going to get the durability to overcome their melee-based weakness, or get the foresight to actually to enhance their long-range abilities. So what y'all think about that? At least that's what my thought is. Yeah.
I said, what makes you think that Usopp is a glass cannon? That was my question.
Each instant where Usopp actually has a fight, he gets put down for a long period of time. He gets actually knocked unconscious, where he has an internal monologue, and then he one-shots.
I could see that.
Yeah, think about it, sugar.
So did Nami and Usopp get injured too early?
I think they all get injured at the right amount of time.
Really?
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because this is not really due, their injury is not due to story or anything like that. Like power of the pen bullshit. It's like literally the way the crew is functioning. Since the beginning, they never really cared about plans and shit like that. But now with this time them not caring about plan is actually having repercussions. So that's why I don't really mind that they getting battle damage, because the very first thing they said was we can't take no damage here while before we fight these guys or it's over with. And the first thing they do, boom, scratch, boom, one shot Luffy, scratch, gas, boom, and just Zoro. So, you know what I'm saying? With that, I don't mind them taking damage because, like you said, Tony, you stated this yourself, it's an all-out war.
Yeah.
Oh, they stated this himself, it's an all-out war. Luffy said it's an all-out war. So it's like, I don't mind, you know, some early casualties because plans don't go according to plan during all-out wars.
Man, I don't mind it, but you know, this motherfucker just got started when we really think about it. Like, for real, the shit just got started.
Facts. It just got started. We're still in the third act? Third act right now? Like we didn't even reach the
everybody
climax.
was just on stage about what, 10 chapters ago?
Yeah. So like
talking.
Yeah.
Momo just got saved about 5 chapters ago, 6 chapters ago.
Yeah, but this is what we're dealing with now. You feel me? This is the power of the Yonko crew, the Yonko saga. You feel me? The Wano arc.
Man, like this is yeah, you're right. Like, god damn, they just there's like we ain't gonna get injured. Help. Help.
Please help me, Jay, please.
I'm so sorry. Ran into Big Mom immediately. Like,
Said,
what?
Captain
like,
down, Captain in distress, Bishop. No cap. So that's why I don't really mind it. Right now I'm pretty happy that they actually took the first dub. Are you guys happy that they took the first dub?
I'm more so on the side of I kind of agree with Wolf, because I do believe that they're gonna finish the fight in the right amount of time, because I feel like they kind of have to now that Kaido's doing what he's doing, and like time is not of the essence now that he's trying to drop the shit on the capital. So it's like now you gotta basically let your balls hang. Like, we gotta get this done now. Like, no, we can't wait.
So what I'm hearing from you, bro, is that Kaido just pulled off a Berri cage.
Basically.
But the only thing about that is it's like to a smaller degree, because it's he said it's only dropping on the flower capital, not necessarily the entirety of Wano. But is it possible, due to, you know, flame clouds being how they function in the One Piece world, that he's able to do that? Because if he's related to the continent pillars, is it possible the continent pillars are called that because of the fact that they were able to manipulate flame clouds?
Oh,
shit. You remember how in them Japanese tales and shit, how the dragon, when they flying and shit, they actually got the thunder clouds and shit underneath them and the heat clouds and shit underneath them?
Yeah.
It's pretty much just that when you think about it.
it's kind of crazy though, because isn't Kaido controlling this little thing in his human form though?
Yeah, in his human form, effortlessly. I might not.
While beating on.
Like, yeah, he just standing there like, yeah, let's get this horse started. Now, either it looked like he was mad or maybe he was straining, if you go back to it. Like he was straining a little bit, maybe. But I think he was just like, he just beat the shit out of them and he was just being aggressive. Like, yeah, it's time to start this. You know what I mean?
No, you gotta remember, this nigga don't got no eyebrows, so.
That's Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah, Kaido don't got no eyebrows for in the Fu Manchu. So like he always looked like he straining and upset. He do got the steam coming out his mouth, so I don't know if he's smoking a blunt or not.
Yeah, but then you got the same steam. Like, that's probably how he controlling it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That is. It's
like, that's the same steam. He's probably just breathing that shit out. You know what I mean? He's a dragon.
So at this point, could you say that Kaido is kind of like holding himself back? Would you still give him that because he's potentially controlling the island while fighting. So if he's still controlling the island while he's fighting Luffy, would that mean that the match is still kind of mismatched, or would you kind of like him, the idea of him just dropping the island, you feel me, while he's fighting Luffy, so that way he can actually no holds bars fight across Wano?
He's the emperor. He could do that. He know what he's doing. He's Kaido.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Kaido's in complete control of the
He's
situation.
Kaido. You feel me? He know what he's doing.
But Kaido has to go down this arc though, regardless.
Like, I mean, yeah, they better jump him.
So I would rather have him like have a situation where he's losing the upper hand and he drops the island, and that way he don't really gotta focus on that shit no more. Now he had his full attention is towards the fight against all these niggas who's trying to jump him.
Yeah,
I don't know. See, I think
don't know, because we really gotta wait to see what gap Oda is gonna put in between whoever his group is gonna be, because we don't know the exact group yet. We know who we think is gonna go against him, but that exact group, I don't know who it's gonna be. For sure, I know it's Luffy and Zoro for sure, but whoever else is gonna be there, their power set and skill is gonna have to, together with Luffy and Zoro's, we're gonna see how big the gap is between those group of characters and Kaido himself.
when it comes to this island, I want to talk about it, but that's kind of for that topic about chapter 1000.
Alright, got you, bro.
So I'm gonna wait. Hey, but since we are talking about 997, I will say this: the Sunny. Do you guys now see what I was talking about with the Sunny? Like that's the only.
But it's none by on it. It's like pieces of the fucking ship mast falling.
What is that?
That's pieces of the ship mast falling. There's nobody on that, bro. I looked. I zoomed in and everything.
You said somebody's on it?
No. So what exactly is y'all thoughts on Captain Kid? Houston himself.
All right. Captain Kid, I love Kid. I love who Kid is supposed to be. Kid is supposed to be this guy who's been set up since pre-time skip to want the One Piece as well. So he was one of the first characters besides Blackbeard that gave us that he wanted the One Piece too. So that was real. That was like a huge thing for me. I love Kid in that regard. As time went on, though, I mean, he has some notable New World experiences, but to me, Kid's been taking L's, man. Like, I need to see something from Kid that's not losing your arm, that's not being like he's like second fiddle to Luffy, and I don't want to see him turn into a Law, because Law is basically like by Straw Hat right now. Like, I don't want to see that, but I definitely want to see Kid get some more W's, man. Like, do something that's like on the level of Luffy. I want Oda to start depicting Kid in that light, because I just feel like the whole time Kid's been introduced, besides that bounty thing, nothing really equals out on Luffy's level.
So, when it comes to Kid, there's a lot of things about Kid that you could kind of unpack. Now, I think when it comes to Kid that we see he's mad. He got a lot of pent up anger, and a lot of that is due to that betrayal in the first place with his alliance. And he's really resistant to this whole alliance thing. And I feel like he's gonna play a real big part with this whole fight with Kaido. Okay, so a lot of people think he might fight Big Mom. I think he might just help with Kaido, to be real. He's still gotta get revenge for Killer. And we gotta see that feat. Now, maybe he could be a sacrifice this one. You know what I mean? He could be a sacrifice this arc. I don't know. But we gonna see something big from Kid sooner or later. We only seen very small things. Very pieces, little pieces of Kid and what Kid could do. But we know he is Luffy's rival, and we're gonna see why. And shit. That might be another thing that we could talk about with that chapter 1000. Who knows? It's a lot of things. Man.
Yeah, I definitely feel you in that. So, in my regards to Captain Kid, you feel me? I'm actually liking Captain Kid. I feel like right now, Captain Kid, he's just like a more edgy Luffy. He's pretty much the seinen version of Luffy, because he did at one point care about alliances, because you can see that with chapters previous to the most current chapters, that he did actually care about the alliances that he had with Hawkins and Apu, and that's what made him actually one-shot Apu. And so, with that being said, with Kid powers, I think it's just a mismatch right now with Kid powers, and that's due to the fact of him pretty much having the power of magnetic pull or just pulling things to him. And so, with Kid being able to pull things to him, One Piece, it's not a steampunk world, so Kid is not going to be top dog in One Piece. It doesn't really matter what happened. With Captain Kid, with having the power of magnetism, he can't really do like God level shit unless he was like fucking awaken his devil fruit. Unless the older reveals he has an awakened devil fruit, or he learns to awaken in this arc, then that'd be a pretty dope idea, because that'd give him the concept of being able to attract more metal to him. So right now, I feel like Kid is actually, he has a little bit of both skill and strength. He has to combine both, because right now you see him, it looks like, and I don't know if I'm just speculating here, but it looks like that when Kid ran into the door, that's the same door that Queen was in, and they shut that door. So it looks like Kid actually has an agenda to run to Queen to get revenge, because you know Kid does have that thing. Damn, my mouth is dry, you feel me? But Kid does have that thing where he always seeks vengeance for people who laugh at him or his crew. And so that's what we seen Kid actually, Queen actually do on the panel. And so I feel that Kid is actually running through the same building that Queen is in right now, gathering all the metal through all the floors. Because if you see in the panel, I think it's either in 995 or 996, it's just one panel of Kid running. But Kid actually has a tsunami of metal following him, so that way he can use that on his command. So it seems that Kid actually has to gather more material for him to do more higher tier shit. So that's why maybe when he's able to gather the most material, he's able to get on the level of Luffy. Maybe he does have a transformation, but it requires him to have a certain amount of metal in it. So do any of y'all have any thoughts on that?
What was the question?
On what?
Thoughts on what?
About what I said about Captain Kids.
About Captain Kid. Okay, so yeah, I fuck with that idea. I feel like that could be the case. Maybe he would have to have that much metal to be on the level of Luffy, or maybe he's not had a chance to really showcase the full power, because it is like push and pull, but it could be magnetism as a whole. Like he could do a lot with that flow. They could take, ideas from Magneto. I mean, Kid's power is really like lucrative. Like, you can do a lot with magnetism. So I feel like you're right. He probably just haven't had a chance to like really show where his power, the full capabilities of it, or even he might have an awakening, like a metal world awakening or something. Like, you never know. So I kind of agree with what you were saying. It could be just that he hasn't had the chance to like prove it to anybody yet.
Or you could, like, this maybe just like, this is just me speculating this shit, because I kind of like the way this idea works, that Kid and Luffy learn awakening at the same time, because when Akainu and IPG split the island, they was on opposing sides of the island. But if Luffy and Kid is standing, like, we get like a full page panel of Luffy and Kid standing side by side, but we also see like the effects of their awakening devil fruit, but just side by side to each other and shit. Now that'd be some shit. Like, you'll see a fucking metal world, so you'll see fucking metal, all the buildings becoming metal and shit. And now Kid's able to manipulate all that metal, and then on Luffy's side, everything becomes elastic. But
that's dope as fuck.
I think that'd be pretty fire. At least if they learn it at the same time, you can kind of make the argument that you see why, they're rivals.
Shit, bro, I got a question then.
Okay.
Is Zoro opening his eye at the same time?
Is Zoro opening his eye?
The eye, bro. You're not doing the eye, bro. Are you a believer in the eye?
Hey, shit. I don't know what the fuck. I think he just lost it, but hey, you never know. You never fucking know. I don't got any evidence though. Like, if is there any evidence to provide that he is hiding something under there?
No.
I would say
Like-
this: the only evidence you got is drawings from the pre-time skip, like when he fought the dude on top of the water. His eye, that same eye that was damaged, glowed. I think when he used Ashura for the first time and then did like a little flash of it, that eye glowed. Really, he got a couple pictures where that eye was glowing, but I don't know if that's significant or not.
Okay. So then, I mean, until we see, hey, but I ain't gonna knock it. I won't knock it because I have, you know, it is kind of a trope in anime. You can see it in a few things.
No, I wouldn't. To be honest, like you said, I wouldn't really mind it. The only thing I would mind if it's the same color as Mihawk's eye.
Oh no! Then what? Wait, what? Why? Why would it
Really,
be
you
the same
talking about
color?
like that Cavendish eye?
Like, why would it be
Hell
the same
no.
color? Why would it be the same color as Mihawk's eye? Like, I thought Mihawk's is just a different nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but niggas talking about shotting guns and shit. Like, yeah, I'd be cool if he got a demon. That's all. If he had like a red or a green, I'd be cool with that. So,
Zoro
man,
just with your Hawkeye.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Hawkeye, Zoro eye. You feel me?
Hawkeye Zoro.
Hawkeye lost eye. I'd be cool with Hawkeye lost eye Zoro, folks. No cap.
That's kind of funny. Nah, that would be interesting.
So nigga, we talking all this shit about Zoro and shit, like his fucking eye and shit. So will Zoro fight Queen the King?
In my opinion, I feel like just my opinion. I'm not the writer, so just take it at face value. I feel like since the last chapter Marco showed up, I feel like Zoro's actually gonna skip his commander fight, be rushed to the top. King's gonna try to intercept him, and Marco's actually gonna take on King. And I feel like Jinbei is gonna take on Queen, and that's how that's gonna go. That's just my headcanon though. I just feel like that's gonna happen. I don't feel like Zoro's gonna fight in commander.
Shit, I feel that. We talked about this a little bit when we wasn't recording, but hypothetically, if he does fight one of the two, if he had to fight one of the two, I will hope he fight King, because you know what I mean. You got Luffy. If you're gonna do it like that, you want your vice captain to face their vice captain, or to first they are the king, the Kaido pirates or the Beast Pirates. But I don't think Zoro's gonna actually fight him. They might clash real quick, but I think that's for somebody else. Zoro got bigger things like Kaido or Big Mom. He wants Kaido. I think he needs to go help Luffy with Kaido, and Kid go to Big Mom and hold off Big Mom for a while. I don't know how everything's gonna play out. That's just kind of what I think, or kind of how I want my little fan fiction of the matter. But yeah, if he's gonna fight, he's got to fight King. I would say Sanji. Leave Queen for Sanji or Jinbei or Killer or somebody.
To keep it above 50 with you, bro, I'm starting to see that I wouldn't want, like the way the story's playing out right now, I wouldn't want Zoro to fight King and then go fight Kaido. And the reason I say that is because at that point he has feats that downplay Luffy. Because Luffy fought Katakuri and had to leave Whole Cake Island, and that was the arc previous to this. I know a lot of shit has gone on, but we have not seen Luffy fight a commander this arc and then be like, yeah, I'm about to go fight Kaido. So if he's gonna fight a commander, I'd rather have him fight Queen, since he's a lower level commander, and then have Sanji fight King, since he technically doesn't have any personal vendetta against Kaido to the point where he needs to rush up, because as you can see, Sanji's getting preoccupied. So if Sanji fights King, then they could kind of give Sanji his moment for right now. Then he can kind of work the background until it's necessary for him to come back out again. But if Zoro fights Queen, he fights a lower tier commander, which not only downplays Luffy's feat, and then he goes to help fight Luffy, thus also letting you know that Queen wasn't as strong as Zoro, and he still had enough stamina to deal the blow that's necessary to Kaido that everyone states that he's gonna end up dealing.
Oh, so you're saying that if King fights Zoro and mid dips him because of the time limit, because you know he has to fight Kaido, that will underplay Luffy versus Katakuri.
Exactly.
Okay, I get what you mean now. Now I can kind of see why you didn't want him to fight King, because that would kind of downplay. That would be damn. That would set the power scaling community to a frenzy.
You would think King is on Katakuri's, you know what I mean, level, because that's Big Mom second in command. You got Kaido second in command.
I'm not saying that they necessarily on each other level or anything like that. I'm giving just a respect to the title.
Like yeah, like they rank like not power rise, but they ranking in a pirate.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't feel like, because we all know for a fact that Usopp's not going to be no first commander at this current point in time on somebody's career in the new world.
It's to me, it's I totally agree with Wolph in that aspect, because Katakuri, basically what he's saying is that King is Kaido's Katakuri. So if you give Zoro's his Katakuri and then he mid dips him because time is of the essence, that's gonna make the power scaling community go into a fucking frenzy. People are not gonna understand how the fuck he did that.
No, that's just because, like you said, he's saying like not power wise, but respect wise on a second in command to that emperor, and for how long it took Luffy to get past Katakuri, for him to just hurry up and get past King like that can't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no.
So that's why. So I feel, and that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that should happen. I think you got to skip that, and that's why I'm saying somebody else need to fight those commanders, because you got bigger fish to fry. It's so many people on this battlefield. You could find somebody that could take on King. You know what I mean?
I feel like it should be Marco, man. I really do. I feel like it should be Marco.
He still don't know his role, so I mean, it could be like the fight of the air fight, a former second in command.
Yeah, two second in commands, air fighting. I think that's dope.
Shit. I mean, you know, Marco ended up leading the Whitebeard Pirates for a while. So I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Facts. So hold on, you guys. About to stop recording. So since y'all kind of just reminded me, like I said, what is Marco's role in the Onigashima raid? Since y'all bringing up Marco and shit.
Well, to me, this is just my little head canon, because I want it to happen so bad, because it'd be like our first air battle. I feel like Marco was set here to basically help the Straw Hats try to win against them. But I feel like he was, like, from a writer's standpoint, I feel like he was here from the last chapter to do what I said, to get Zorro out of the way of a conflicting battle that would go against power scaling, and for him to be the one to be like, hey, everybody knows me already, I'm Marco, and I'm super strong. Everybody knows that about me, so me fighting King would not piss off anybody. It would just make sense. I could get Zorro to the roof, and I would just take the fight. I feel like literally that was his role here from a writer's standpoint. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah. Now, when I think of a writer's standpoint, my first guess would be his role is a doctor. He's a doctor. You know what I mean? So help Chopper. You know, I think his role is to help heal, be the supporter. He always played the support role, kind of. So kind of help Chopper get this dose out the way. We still don't know how Chopper's gonna distribute, like, get that dose out there. How he's gonna even create this antibody for everybody. And having a second doctor on hand and Marco will be perfect for that. But like you said, it'd be dope if he could help get Zorro up there first. Like, he even says, like, what are you doing down here? You're part of the Straw Hats main forces. You should be up there. What are you doing? So helping him get to his objective quicker. We know Luffy and Jinbei is on the third floor, 3rd out of 5. And Zoro's still on the 1st. Zoro's going to have to get up there some way. Maybe he get close. Maybe he don't make it all the way to the roof with some help or some assistance. But he's going to get fairly close with Marco help probably. And then Marco can play that support role after. That's just a little haircan for me. Maybe it'd be
Tony, before you go, Wolf, real quick, Tony. I'm glad you said what you said, because you just made me think about why I did not say Marco was the doctor, because I thought Law would be the one helping Chopper with that. But that Marco, that makes perfect sense. Perfect.
To be honest
Yeah,
with you guys, I want Chopper to get the power up in regards to armament or armament hockey, so that way he can be a pivotal role towards the later battles.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna be a combination of Law, Marco, and Chopper.
Oh,
Because nobody dissects diseases and shit like that as fast as Chopper. Marco has a limit to how many people he can heal to a certain extent. Just like man, so he's the Manchetti of this goddamn fucking arc. He's fucking Princess Tontata of this arc right now. And so and then we have Law, who's able to actually surgically manipulate people to the point where he can dodge fatal ass diseases. So I feel like with Marco, would you guys be okay if Marco is the reason why Big Mom has clarity? But due to the news of Wano, she has to save face, so she destroys Fishman Island? Or do you feel like Marco, the interaction between Marco and Big Mom, or Marco's flame and Prometheus, we should say, when he said the flames hurt, we should just take that as a gag or a face value type of thing, or it has nothing to do with Marco Flame being a curative and actually mending his souls back together?
We talked about that a little bit, clearing his soul, like clearing her soul and stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit with Marco Phoenix.
Not even clearing, more like just like pushing it back together. Like it's interfering with her soul, how Brooks is pretty much.
I want to see more contact. Go ahead.
Y'all know the lore about a phoenix, right? What a phoenix does, right?
Yeah, rise from it. Once it died, it could rise from the ashes.
It's like rebirth. It's like being reborn. And if Big Mom, let's say his fire did hurt the homies, would his fire hurt somebody like Brooke?
I mean,
no,
you would think
hurt,
because his soul is attached. Because you gotta remember, that's just a walking skeleton. What's moving his skeleton is his soul.
Yeah,
his devil fruit, his soul. So, I would say if Marco wanted to hurt Brooke, I would think that his fire will be able to. Like if it's a mystical fire.
I think it's like a spiritual thing.
If it's mystical.
Kinda.
You know what I mean? But damn, I lost train of thought. That's good. That's a good question though.
Yeah, because I feel you on that, because I think Brooks can affect people at a lower rate than Big Mom fruit. So like his fruit is like a Dollar Tree version of Big Mom's homie soul fruit. You feel me? Not soul fruit. Goddamn, a Big Mom fruit. You feel me? I can't think of it right now. Or whatever. A Big Mom soul situation. You feel me? So I feel like his is like a downgraded version of that. So he's able to manipulate them more specifically to a smaller degree, while Big Mom is able to give general to a wide area. If that makes sense. So I definitely feel you.
I got you.
You feel me? So now I definitely feel you when you said I agree with you when you said that Marco fire can hurt Brooke because of this soul situation. If this is a situation, or if this is a setup for that to be the case. Oh, okay.
Was you asking a question? My bad, I was talking.
No, y'all good. Y'all got any other remarks?
About
I think
Marco?
I'm pretty good on Marco's role.
And that's why they post the question right here, like, what is his role? He definitely ain't come there to die. I don't think none of us really seen Marco for his battle prowess. For real. Like, he always been a good support role, helping, like, guide somebody to their objective, like he did with Luffy in the Paramount War, stuff like that. Help him guide to his objective and stuff like that. So, we will
I'm just saying. So you telling me that Zoro's beating Marco?
What's that?
You telling me Zoro's beating Marco?
That's a good fight.
Oh,
I put money on my guy Zoro.
Why does Zoro receive hate for being close to Luffy's strength? Why y'all think that is the case?
Well, another one thing I see in the community a lot is there is a lot of hate for Zorro because I think people forget pre-time skip One Piece, like the Golden Age, when the crew wasn't even started yet. If you go back then, people, I'm gonna say this: people hate it because they feel like if Zorro is that strong, it messes up the shonen. I guess the shonen formula: main character strongest, his next best guy is the second strongest, stuff like that. I guess that's why they get mad. And a lot of people in the community say that there's no argument for him to be that strong, which I'm gonna just debunk right now. So if you go to the beginning of One Piece when he first met Zorro, he's one of the only few members besides Robin I can think of. He's only few members besides Robin to bring his own clout to the group. See what I'm saying? He was already known before Luffy and all of that. He was known as the Pirate Hunter. So that's one thing. He already had his own name. Number two, he told Luffy he would kill him out of his own mouth. So that lets you know that he's not used to being under people, or he didn't even see Luffy as someone that he couldn't overcome. So that's one thing. That's just portrayal. If you fast forward a little bit, to Berri and maybe Sanji and stuff, we all know that Zoro got cut, right? He got cut by Mihawk the pre-time skip. He was hurt. So in my mind, that cut hindered Zoro, even though he trained every day and tried to become better every day. The cut hindered him from reaching his full potential, which then, if you go past the cut and the formation of the crew, the final five, and the Little Garden arc starts when they go to Little Garden, you see an injured Zorro start a rivalry with Sanji. But I think the rivalry only starts because of age, not power. Zoro and Sanji are the same age, so it's likely that you would want to compete in a manly man contest against someone your own age. Luffy is younger than Zoro, so I think he's a more like a little brother than his direct competition. So with that being said, the scar on Zoro's chest hinders him and puts him in the category to where he's like a little lower. He's like on Sanji's level. Now, if you fast forward to post-time skip with a fully healed Zoro, I feel like he goes back to the Whiskey Peak version of himself when Luffy thought he killed all those innocent people that fed them and he wanted to fight Zoro and they went all out and it was a draw. I feel like he went back to that form of Zoro because he's now healed fully. He's fully healed. He doesn't have to deal with anything, any irritations. He can just focus on his training and focus on kicking ass. And Oda has kind of led us to believe that because who has he struggled against? People can say, oh, he's been fighting fodder. He's been fighting, no names. He didn't fight a Dofi. He didn't fight a Katakuri. But what if that's the case? What if Oda's writing it that way because they are just too weak? Because he needs a Luffy level challenge to bring out Ashura, to bring out all his secret attacks that maybe he's been working on since the time skip. What if that is the case? What if he's writing him that way because he is that strong? He just wasn't because he was nerfed. That's my thing. That's the argument when people say Zoro doesn't even have an argument to be on Luffy level. That's the argument that I use. And if you want more examples, it's full in the post-time skip. The confidence, taking out Hody Jones when they met Neptune and Neptune was gonna fight against them and they were scared. And he said, I'm not waiting for Luffy. We're getting this done now. And he does his own thing and he ends up kicking Neptune's ass on his own. That going for Dofi directly, but being intercepted by Fujitora and having a small clash with him, because if you look at the gravity that he used on Law was nothing, and Law couldn't even get up. But if you look at the gravity he used on Zoro, Zoro was underground and still broke out of it and still counterattacked. So it's leading me, Oda's leading us to believe that Zoro is that nigga, bro. He's been that nigga, and he's on Luffy's level. So everybody out there saying that he's not, the confidence is definitely there. The confidence because, the Dofi thing, going at Dofi, going at Fuji, going at Hody Jones, just going at all these top tiers of the arc with no hesitation. It's there. We just need to see him go all out.
Oh, okay, I feel you. Go ahead, Tony.
All right, so see, all right, so one, I gotta let y'all know, I haven't seen this this fucking slander. To be honest, and remind you, I'm not no Zorro stain or anything like that. But this is just from what we know in the manga and shit itself. There was never one time where Oda put Luffy over Zoro. Not that I can think of. He always looked at Luffy as his captain. Once again, why? Because Luffy saved him. Luffy saved him. Like, that's all it is to it. And he owed him. And then over time, he stopped thinking about his own dream and started thinking about his captain's dream, which made him a real ass nigga, by the way. But like Nexis said, when it comes to he brought his own clout. He brought his own. Everybody know Power Hunter Zorro. Crocodile was trying to recruit him. People forget that. Broke Works was trying to recruit him because he was Pirate Hunter Zorro. Big Mom knew of Pirate Hunter Zorro. Oh, Pirate Hunter Zorro. You know what I mean? Zorro always been damn near. He could be a captain. We all know that. I'm pretty sure we all know. If he wanted to be a captain, he could have. But to say that he shouldn't be on Luffy's level, I can't agree with that. I can put him right next to Luffy without him being a devil fruit user easily. And that shit in the manga that could just prove that.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. So me,
I mean, like, I don't see no argument there. Is all I'm saying, bro.
I'm not a Zoro stan. I'm a Sanji stan, nigga. I'm just saying, nigga. I'm gonna throw it out there and stuff.
Let him know.
Judge Solo's the verse. No, let me stop playing though. But what I was thinking about in regards to this, particularly, I don't really care. The way I seen it was, this is not your typical shonen where, because if that was the case, Luffy is supposed to pretty much be overshadowing the entire crew. So
right.
that's why I kind of like the crew, the top three, because I feel like that's why I'm upset about the Sanji thing, because Sanji's my favorite one out the top three. So it's like he's not getting the respect that Zoro and Luffy is getting. You feel me? Everything he does is getting downplayed. So Zoro being relative to Luffy is actually perfectly fine due to the fact that all of the overwhelming forces that they have to face. So he would need somebody that's at least a couple people that's relative to his strength. That's why I want Yamato and I'm glad that Jinbei joined the crew, because Jinbei is just the experienced helmsman. So like me, I didn't beat God of War, but then I started playing. I started dabbling in God of War 4. You feel me? But the guy, even though Kratos is steering the ship, I'm pretty sure Jinbei, since he has the most experience in the outside world than everyone else in the crew, that he would at least be the one who tells the most information to the crew. Now, so with Zoro, I'll be alright with Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei and Yamato being those who's able to stand hand in hand with Luffy, due to the fact that this Pirate King is not someone who wants to conquer, but since he has other people blocking his freedom, all these other people blocking his dream, he has to have the supporting role that's able to at least either stall or throw, or pretty much fuck up the forces or knock down his enemies, pretty much. So I'm okay with Zoro being relative to Luffy, to be honest with you. I don't know where the fuck you got this from.
I want to say this too about Zoro and Luffy's relationship. I like the fact that they are portraying him relative to him, because all the little things that Oda has written about Zoro to hint that he's a leader type. He's an alpha male. Like, he's not like easily a follower. Like, people thought he was the captain. The relationships that are already set. I don't really like to use parallels a lot, but let's just say you do use a parallel. Rayleigh and Roger, that could be Luffy and Zoro. Beckman and Shanks, that could be Luffy and Zoro. There's already been established like captains who have, you know, vice captains who are probably relative to them or slightly weaker than them, like by a little bit.
So,
Yeah.
wait,
You see what I'm
Just
saying?
to add
So
on to
it's not
that,
impossible.
they also always older. Rayleigh's older than Goldie Roger. Beckman's older than Shanks. And Zoro's older than Luffy.
my
Yeah,
question
Yeah,
is,
it follows the pattern.
where did you get this information that it's a problem with Luffy being close to Zoro? Like,
What'd you say?
well, where did he get this information that it's like it was a problem? Like,
Oh, okay. So me, I watch a lot of YouTubers. And I'm a comments whore. I'm not gonna lie. I live for the comments. So I've gone on a couple different big YouTubers, and you know, their One Piece reviews. And as of late, 997, I have not seen so much hate for a character in the comments. It has been toxic, man. Like, and it's a lot of. I hate to point guys out because I love Sanji. I don't want anybody to think on the podcast that I'm a Sanji hater. I think Luffy and Zoro represent like Rambo, and Sanji represents James Bond. If you get my drift.
yeah,
I feel like that's so cool that he plays that part. I love Sanji. I love the whole I leave the crew and become Mr. Prince and bail their ass out because they just went guns blazing. I love that. But the Sanji fans have to stop hating, bro. Like, it's sick. Like, you can't get mad because he's that guy, bro. If Luffy's gonna be the new Pirate King, he's gonna follow some of the old Pirate King's rules because how you gonna get there if you don't know where he went? You see what I'm saying? So he has a unique makeup to the crew, just like Roger did. Roger had a unique makeup to his crew. Rayleigh, he asked Rayleigh to be his partner. He didn't ask Rayleigh to be under him. He's like, hey, he called him his partner. That's my guy. That's who I want to do this with, because he's strong. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fucking. I don't think it's like a crime. It's not. Put it this way. What I'm trying to say is, Zoro being strong and relative to Luffy is not saying fuck you, Sanji. It's not saying that. Sanji is just a different piece that's used a different way. I'll say it like that.
so basically, Zoro is a rook who can only go in straight, and Sanji is a bishop who moves diagonal.
Basically, he's just a different piece because Zoro does what Luffy does. They're more like-minded. Yeah. So what I was saying was that, like Sanji, it's not fuck you, Sanji. Like, but when you said Zoro is like a rook, he can only go in those directions. I feel like that. I agree with that because Zoro and Luffy are more like-minded. Luffy will see a character and he'll be like, "I'll kick his ass," and his guy will be standing next to him, and Zoro will be like, "Well, I'll kick that guy's ass. Fuck it, let's get him." But the whole time, there's a sniper on the roof that are going to shoot Luffy and Zoro in the head. They didn't see that. But guess who did? Sanji. He left the group, and he probably got his foot on the sniper neck right now.
Yeah, because I feel like if Zoro and Sanji, that's why Oda put the specialty, and like he released their specialty in regards to their hockey, because I feel like if Zoro was in the same situation where he had to dodge the jelly bean, I feel like Zoro would just block him with the sword versus just flattening out dodging
You get exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Bro, when see, a lot of things about Zoro people get is when it comes to that dynamic, he's got to be tough. It's a lot of things that the crew would have did if it wasn't for Zoro. They would have made rookie mistakes, like the fact people forget the boss move about him. He's like, yo, there's no way Usopp is jumping back on this ship without apologizing to our captain. Like, that's not happening. Y'all got me fucked up. And if y'all think that's just gonna happen, I'm leaving this crew. And when you got people like Sanji, everybody's like, yo, he's right. Sanji's like, but yeah, you know, I don't really agree with him all the time, but he's right about this one. Robin's like, yo, he's always been that guy that always tried to get the crew serious and tell y'all like, yo, shit's about to get real. We gotta do things a certain way. If we don't do it, we gonna have problems. I'm putting my foot down. That's it to it. That's kind of how Zoro's always been. And most of the time, Sanji's always got his back on that as the third in command.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if Luffy's the captain, Sanji's the second commander, and we need a third commander.
Yeah, and they got to
you
get the captain in check.
You guys gotta understand too that Zoro is the one that comes at Luffy directly, not indirectly. And I'm not talking about the gag when Nami's punching him and shit. And I'm talking about real situations. He will check his ass.
Who is
Yeah.
you guys, nigga? We have been agreeing with you. What is you talking about, nigga? We have been agreeing with you in this Zoro rant you've been going on. I'm just trying to figure out who the fuck made you this mad about Zoro.
Yeah, I
can't
didn't-
side by
I can't
side.
remember his comment, but the nigga wrote a paragraph, like a huge paragraph. Going, he is Sanji. His name has Sanji in it, so I know he's a Sanji stan. But he was like, Oda's a shit writer because Zoro's about to go fight Kaido, and he has no argument to even have the strength to even want to go at Kaido. And he's trying to downplay Sanji. He's trying to make Zoro the coolest character in the series.
Bro.
It was just a bunch of bullshit. And I was like, bro, you really pissed me
That-
off by calling
sounds
Oda
like a
shit
troll.
writer.
That sounds like a troll. First off, you gonna call the motherfucking Arthur a dig writer? Like, he can do whatever the fuck you want to do to his show. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gonna call the Arthur a dig? Like,
So we're a few chapters away. We got 3 chapters. I know the setup chapter gonna be amazing. But what you guys think is gonna actually happen in chapter 1000?
All right, so my opinion on chapter 1000 is I feel like we're gonna get some big like reveal story wise. So like I feel like the Sabo situation is gonna get a little more light. I feel like we might have some special pull-ups. My head canon is that BB shows up. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I feel like he's a monkey wrench. Somebody throws BB in there. I feel like Marines pull up in chapter 1000. I feel like we get a panel of Supernova about to get on Kaido's ass in chapter 1000. It's a whole chapter, so all this stuff could potentially happen in one chapter. It's not just a panel. But I feel like chapter 1000 is going to be full of multi-reveals. It's not going to be just one big thing. We're going to get some really nice art, some really nice panels, and some really like screwballs thrown like into the mix to shake this war up to make it look nasty. So I feel like we're going to get some major pull-ups. I feel like Sword might even make an appearance for the first time. We might get some Kobe Fuji action going on. I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be some monkey wrenches thrown in the mix.
yeah. Nara, we talked about this before. You already know on some previous BBB podcasts. But when it comes to chapter 1000, I pretty much got 3 things. And now with this previous chapter that just happened, I kind of add something to the list. Now, y'all know, I always said I think Sword's going to come. I think Sword is no reason. They mentioned Sword all the way back in, 900? 901, 902, and we're about to hit 1,000, and no big part of Sword actually showed up. So I do think Sword's going to show up, knowing that you got Kobe and Luffy's connection, and now Drake. And the only reason Drake gave Luffy a chance in the first place is because of Kobe. So yeah, I think either Sword's going to pop up. That's one thing. We still got the lurking legend. We have no indication of who the lurking legend might be. But we did hear that the lurking legend is supposed to pop up at some point during this arc. Who that is, I don't know, but it'd be dope to see. Or we could get them dropping Ogashima on top of the Flower Capital, or somewhere in Wano in the first place, and we changing this big scenery. Like you said, there's going to be a lot of things happening in chapter 1000. I can't wait. I want to see a few good panels. Hell, we probably even see Luffy and Zoro get at the top at the same time, and we get to see just like we got to see the 9 Scabbards faced off against Kaido, that epic panel, that dope ass panel we got to see. We might get to see that same panel with Luffy and Zoro, maybe a few other characters who all made it to the top, who's ready to go. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what's gonna go on with that.
So with chapter 1000, nigga, I want if we just gonna have a dream chapter, I want to have. And then we just drop down. Let me stop playing. Now, peep, for chapter 1000, I want the Onigashima platform to actually start dropping, since he dropped it a couple chapters prior to. The next thing I actually want is for I want to have Luffy either I want to have Luffy's reaction to the Scabbards, or I want Luffy to already be there, and when Zoro gets there, he sees Luffy's beaten and battered, and then that'll be our version of the reaction for Chapter 1000. Because
That sounds nice.
Because without Awakening, I don't think he's gonna have a chance of fighting two Yonkos.
Hey, I know this is headcanon, but I promise you, I think we're gonna get some more intel on the new pacifistas hunting the warlords. I feel like they're gonna get some more. It's gonna be a reveal on that in Chapter 1000. I hope that they pull up on Mihawk first. I really do.
I thought they said they had a set of one.
No, yeah, they had canceled it. They canceled that call on the warlords, I thought.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Kaido announced it when he first started talking about the new Ogashima project.
Oh,
If I remember
you're
right.
You're right.
Yeah, so they pretty much denounced that. But we could
They knew not to pull up on Mihawk.
No, it wasn't even Mihawk. They probably just like, we don't got the resources for this shit, because it was after they found out about the Yonkos and shit actually having that big meeting. And so but we can also get, this is the most famous chapter. We don't have no information on this. A little bit more information about the Will of Thesis. We do have the setup for Law looking for a piece or a clue of what the Will of D is.
Ooh, that's saucy. I like that. The Will of D getting some more information dropped on that. That'll be decent. Or like, I had one more thing for Chapter 1000. I can't even think of it. It was a panel I wanted to see. But yeah, the panel, I did touch on that briefly, but I want to see who the final group is going to be too in Chapter 1000. Who is going to be the group of supernovas that go at Kaido? And then how are they going to divvy up the responsibilities too? Is Big Mom going to be floating there in that panel too? So who knows?
See, and that goes back to kind of what we was talking about off when we wasn't recording and stuff. But you got who's taking on Big Mom, who's taking on Kaido, who's all gonna be in this fight. Y'all see who I said who I wanted to see versus Kaido. We know who Zoro's looking for. We know who Luffy's looking for. We know who's Kid's looking for. If that's the case, you could divide the other group to take on Big Mom, but we know Big Mom want Luffy. There's a lot of fucking fights that can happen. That's gonna be dope.
Whew.
And
I can't wait.
And we know Big Mom already hit the top first. Like Big Mom hit, like she flew up there. How you?
I don't really like that idea, to be honest with you, bro. I think it's still too early for them to actually have a final
To battle it out?
To have them show the final group for the last two Yonko. Because we still got the Flying Six, the factor. We still got the disease as a factor. We still have too many factors for us to get the final group.
Man, we got a lot.
What was
Right
your question,
though, because they haven't tied up who's gonna be the Flying Six. The rest of the Flying Six fights. The fucking damn, I really want to see that group. I hope we get to see that, because I really want to know, how are you gonna divvy up the responsibility to fight Big Mom and Kaido simultaneously? How? Who's doing that?
Yes, you got it. That's why I think you got to have more forces come in, more people that's not in play already.
The pull-ups gotta happen, bro.
You
the
got
pull-ups
to.
gotta happen.
You got to.
See,
Like there's too much stuff, and that's why I guarantee you, on November 30th, 2020, Cosmic Sword will pull up. I'm telling you, bro.
So you really think Sword's pulling up? You're calling it.
I'm calling it. Remember that. If I'm wrong, I'm
Remember that,
wrong.
November
man. I will
30th, he
fight.
said Sword is
November
pulling up.
30th, Sword is pulling up. And if they wait to the next arc to pull up Sword, there was no point to bring him up in the first place.
I think it is a point to bring up Drake in the first place. That point,
Not right now.
That point is
like later on.
No, that point is to establish it prior to them being used the next arc.
Bro, you can still use them this arc. It's been 100 chapters.
That's
You still established it early enough, and you got to remember they wasn't even on Wano yet when they established it.
Okay, so what's the 100 chapters? What is Luffy? When did we get Luffy full name?
When did we get Luffy full name?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me. When we get Luffy full name, Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah. When did they state Luffy full name?
I'm saying, tell me.
I know. I'm asking.
Nigga, tell me. I don't remember.
Chapter 1.
Fucking tell me. I'm sitting here asking you.
Bitch, chapter 1.
I don't remember.
The box.
Hey,
If you want chapter 1, then okay. Then chapter
Okay.
1.
You're right.
So-
I hope Sword does pull up.
So-
because that'll definitely.
Oh, was it chapter 0?
I would hate that shit. That'd be stupid as fuck. That chapter
You hate that? Why?
It'd be fucking stupid. But I don't like chapter 0. It's fucking serious.
Because, all right, so you got to think. The Grand Fleet.
Anyway, before we go on the offhand topic, let me at least complete my thought, my nigga.
Go ahead.
So I don't like that idea because, nigga, that'll just be using the piece too early because we don't got enough time for all that. And then the second thing is, unless they have like a situation when they on crackhead time, we got 7 to 30 days to fight them, cool. But besides that, I don't like them using sword right now. The same reason we don't got the Will of D because it's gonna be used too early. I feel like Drake, his garbage ass is gonna be used to actually link in sword. So next time we see Drake, it'll make sense. You feel me? In regards to the story, why he's with sword at this particular time or their influence on the very next arc. Because like you said,
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
No. I know it. See, the thing is, me and Cosmic had this conversation multiple times. He keeps forgetting, like, all right, so when it comes to setting up, the setup's already there, right? We set up Sword before this. One thing you know about Wano is that the government they cannot go into Wano. They have no jurisdiction there. The Marines cannot do that. Sword is a secret organization. Secret. Black Ops organization, but still Marine presence. They could send a secret organization into a spot that they cannot go into legally in a One Piece world, which would be Wano. That could be those extra forces. People think there's going to be extra forces anyway. Is that going to be the Revolutionary Army? I don't think that. There's no evidence to provide that. That'll be the Revolutionary Army. Can it be the Grand Fleet? I think that's too early. If we're talking about anything being too early, Grand Fleet would be too early.
Pull up.
Who?
The CP0 pull up.
CP0, we know the world government already got forces there. We seen them in Wano already. We seen them pull up to Wano. CP0.
They reveal themselves and go all out.
See, we don't know. See, you might have some secret. We know there's multiple forces there. So to have Sword pull up, I think this would be the perfect moment. Yes, you could save Sword for that next arc, but I think that'll be saving it too late because there's so much stuff that's going to be happening in that next arc that you don't need Sword for a Black Ops because everything's going to be on the table. Because that's when we're going to be at the One Piece. Everything's going to be on the table. You don't need no Black Ops for that, no Secret Ops for that. That's going to be the biggest war. You don't need, there's the Secret Ops, the swords. They finally coming into play now. Oh, fuck all that. You don't need them that. This is the perfect time for them to go into the jurisdiction that they cannot go into. Use the Secret Ops. Sword.
I would like that. I would like to see CP0 pull up.
Because I was just about to say, like, at that point, someone's telling me they taking on CP0 as well.
Like, I get what you're saying, though, bro, because we had that conversation.
Sword, I still don't feel that Sword is going to make
it. But this would be perfect for it. Later on, we're going to have the Revolutionary Army. We're going to have the world government. We're going to have the new projects that the world government has built. We're going to have so much other stuff. The Giants going to be back in play. Maybe the ancient weapons. Then we're going to add Sword too. And then the Grand Fleet. You might as well use one of those forces.
Right.
Now.
When you say it like that, it's right. It sounds really logical because it's like, what would you need Black Ops for? You would need Black Ops for right now.
You need it now. Because they kept stating that over and over. We cannot go into Wano. We can't. The Marines can't. Then they state to you that Sword is a secret ops. So send in just those secret members, those secret forces that could go in there. They're gonna have to have some present there. And like I said, it's either gonna be them, the Revolutionary Army, or the Grand Fleet that pull up, because somebody's gonna have to pull up. That's what I mean, like, and I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I could be completely fucking wrong, but it's just too much. They just put too much information within these shit within the last 120 arcs. I mean, fucking chapters.
What was it, 120?
They kind of point to that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can I ask y'all this one question before we do closing remarks though?
Hell yeah.
How do y'all feel about that monkey wrench? I threw that random shit about BB pulling up just to be wild as fuck to try to outdo Paramount with.
But you see what I was? Hey, look, like I said, somebody's got to pull up. it could be a fucking antagonist. I don't know. Somebody got to fucking pull up.
See, my thing is about anybody pulling up to this is a time thing.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, if they don't have the time to pull up, they should not be there.
All right, so when it comes to that though, we do know it's a time frame because even the world government or the Marines are scared about that. They got information that the rocks are pieces of the rocks, Kaido and Big Mom linked back up. And Garp told you back in, like I said, back in like chapter 900 or whenever they was at the revelry, like, yo, that will be terrifying to the world if this shit happens. They're gonna try to do anything to prevent this shit. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Well, I understand all that, but that still doesn't negate the fact that it's still a time thing.
Nah, I get that. I get the time thing, but you gotta remember they was on Wano for a little bit, like a few weeks, wasn't they? Luffy was in prison for how long?
A week.
Wait, say?
I'm
saying if they're not on
like this because it can go any type of way.
Like I
would
Where's
say
that
that it could go any type of way, but I agree with Wolf. If they don't have the time to be pulling up, they shouldn't be there at all.
because we don't even got the because if Sword and the way I feel about it, it's gonna be bullshit, bro. If Sword pulls up before the Big Mom Pirates pull up.
Oh, I get what you're saying now perfectly. Yeah, that would be bullshit because Big Mom and them was already on their way.
Okay, so what was the time? Like, you gotta remember the Big Mom Pirates was already there. But they fucked up on the waterfall, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a whole different thing, bro.
No, but they're still closer.
And then, like I said, you forgetting how much time actually passed on Wano. Like, if not days, but probably like 2-3 weeks. 2 weeks.
In those side of the Big Mom Pirates?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So that time could be used for travel.
Like, time passed already. You keep saying no time, but time has passed.
No,
there has been enough information for Drake to get information out.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what time has passed, bro, because it should be no way that someone who is not near Wano's borders right now to pull up before Big Mom's forces because they are right there.
What the fuck Big Mom Forces is doing? We don't fucking know. I can't explain. That's something that fucking Oda would have to explain. But you gotta remember,
saying, bro. But what
Marco
I'm saying,
pulled up, bro.
But listen, bro. What I'm saying is that's what I'm saying about the proximity. It doesn't matter what the fuck they're doing, regardless if they're shitting on the toilet until they put their foot on Wano Kuni Island, their very first foot. Nobody else should be pulling up, bro.
Listen, with your whole time statement, bro, though, with the whole thing about people pulling up, Marco, just remember, Marco and Inaraki and them, or the Cat Viper and all them, they pulled up before Big Mom's crew, and Big Mom's crew was there weeks beforehand. You gotta remember that. Like, Marco just pulled up before the Big Mom crew. Perisparrow pulled up. He was there before Perisparrow. So if we keep talking about time and how people supposed to be pulling up, that's a whole nother crew that pulled up before Big Mom's crew.
Damn.
Then Big Mom.
That's a whole nother crew.
Wait. Didn't Marco knock their ship down around that time?
The second time.
But that's why they didn't pull up. Regardless,
that's there. This right now.
But that was the reason why they didn't pull up, bro.
Hey, my point exactly. That's going on right now. That just happened.
Didn't Marco get there right before?
So with that being said, that time could be for the other forces.
But regardless, bro.
I mean, no, I'm just going by your logic, bro.
Because Big Mom washed up by herself. She didn't wash up with no shit. So if anything, they're the only ones on the ship right now.
But listen, you just said it again. You just said it yourself. Didn't Marco knock the ship back down again? We're talking about just about the Big Mom forces, and that was a whole nother crew. And Marco's ship did get there, and that's during this same time frame. So that still gives time for other forces to come in too.
And what I'm saying is, them other forces should not touch no island before Big Mom forces.
Hey,
get
bro,
there.
we just using your logic. I'm just
Because
going off your logic, bro.
That is just bad writing, folks.
I'm just nah, that ain't bad logic. That's going off your logic. I just explained that
folks.
shit going off your logic too, off of your time frame, bro. It can happen.
That is cap, folks.
Hey, it can happen. You know,
I feel you. I feel both sides though.
like even if we going off your time, it still adds up, bro. If we're going by what you just said, I just described to you how it still add up.
So you telling me one nigga pulling up is the equivalent to that? That's what you're pretty much saying?
What'd you say? You
I feel
speak a little low.
both sides because I know I feel what Kahil is saying because I know that they I know that they pulling up. I know that he don't want nobody pulling up before Big Mom because they're there already. But at the same time, I get what Tony's saying too because he's saying that niggas tried to pull up already.
Yeah, they tried to pull up twice.
He said niggas tried to pull up already and niggas been kicking them down the waterfall. So
Twice. Like I'm that's what I'm saying. Like I see what you were saying, Nara, but that's what you just forgetting. Like you forgetting to add on that you was right. Marco knocked them right back down again. They couldn't even make it to the island.
makes sense both ways though. I really don't want nobody. I don't want like a nigga like Blackbeard pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, and
I got it.
and Big Mom should have been there. But how you get here before us? Like,
But
I get that part too.
But you know what's crazy though? They did kind of. We don't know what Blackbeard's doing. The last thing we heard from Blackbeard is he's finna go somewhere. He's finna go somewhere. That's the last thing we heard
He
from.
could have been on his way the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And then with Sword, the last thing we heard from Sword, Drake sent that. He sent out that message to Kobe. Kobe know Luffy's there. Kobe know Luffy's in. Kobe know Luffy's there. Kobe know Luffy's in Wano.
Damn.
And the last thing he told them was Luffy got captured and into Udon's prison.
Right. I
Just
mean,
like Sabo.
well, we can all agree. We can all agree that niggas need to pull up.
I
In chapter 1000.
I agree. Somebody, I don't care. I just think somebody needs to pull up.
I
Or we got to
disagree.
see some epic panels. Chapter 1000 better not be weak. I swear to God. It
I
better be
disagree.
weak.
I wholly disagree.
You don't think nobody should pull up?
Nobody.
You don't think nobody should pull up, Wolf?
Not at chapter 1000, no.
I just think something should happen regardless. I think somebody's going to pull up regardless. Do it have to happen in chapter 1000? No, it'd be nice. I think something epic has to happen in 1000 though. But
I definitely don't think nobody's gonna pull up in chapter 1000. I wouldn't want that. It's too much shit going on where we at right now for us to be like, now we have this piece in play.
But you gotta remember, they kept telling us this whole time that they was outnumbered. Like they've been outnumbered this whole time when it comes to Luffy and their forces. So they kept telling us that. They kept telling us the numbers over and over. At least when it comes to the ships, they brought that back into play. They was like, yo, we don't need those ships. It's either win or go home. You know what I mean? Or we gonna die here pretty much. But now Kaido's taking them back to Wano. Said they didn't need the ships in the first place.
That's
when
true.
When it comes to Sunny, I still wonder why that's the only ship they showed falling. They didn't show Kid's ship falling or anything else like that. Maybe I'm just the only one tripping on that. When it comes to fucking I'm like, yo, what is up with that? I told you, man, that shit's really bothering me. Like, why the fuck? It's always the Sunny. Nigga, like, what the fuck?
Because that's the ship of the king. But what are you talking about? That's the only ship that they showed. All ship. They showed the submarine.
But nah, man. Pretty much. But nah, I see what you.
So we pretty much discussed a lot on the this episode of the BBB. I don't even know what episode we on no more, to be honest with you. But so y'all got any like closing remarks or anything y'all want to say?
I love One Piece. I am slick as Zoro stand, but I love Sanji too because I think he's James Bond, and I can't wait for chapter 1000.
Fuck Zoro.
man. Yes, we gonna have to get back on our schedule with the BBB podcasts. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Y'all already know where to find us. Make sure y'all go like and sub and follow all the major social media stuff and all that boo boo for all of us. Y'all already know what's up. And shit, yeah, that's about it, bro.
Shit. Alright, y'all, it's been your boy Wolph Nara. Shit, you can find man, I'm yawning this shit. Hell no, you can find Nexis over there on Facebook on Animix. Combine anime and comics, then you get Animix. You can find Tony on Twitch, on YouTube, on Instagram. And then you can find me on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, nigga. I'm just saying, nigga. Anyway, pull up. It's been your boy Wolph Nara, and I'm out.